Hey, it's Tuesday. I'm using tarot, so it's Tarot Tuesday. I just thought I would pop on since I haven't actually been live on my channel pulling tarot cards. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but it is what it is. So I'm actually using this after tarot. I just, one of these things, if you use tarot cards or oracle and you have a deck that you're really not um, connected with, and maybe that's what I need to focus things on is connecting you to your mindset, because that's what it boils down to. We get stuck in our heads that what we think is real, what we think is true. And yes, we can think things into reality, but we can also, that could be our biggest setback. And it comes up in my life all the time. And it isn't until I talk to friends and coaches that I get the thought out of my head and I actually verbalize it out loud, and I realize how ridiculous it is. That my excuses, my reasons for doing or not doing, usually it's not doing something. And I really feel that when it comes to tarot, especially if, maybe you're a little terrified of it, or you want to play and you want to do it. Now, here's the thing. They're just a deck of cards. How would you treat learning a new card game? Poker, crazy eights, name a card game that you wanted to play, and you were struggling because you're like, I don't know if I could get it right? Like, we don't usually do that with card games. We go, hey, it's just a game. I'm going to give it a try. Well, you know what? Tarot is just a card game. People take it a little more seriously. Yes, there are messages, and yeah, but we don't have to take everything that it says as reality. It's as I like to say, a snapshot in a moment of time. Now, the cool thing with the after tarot is it's that moment after the first tarot cards were done. So it's really kind of cool that way, because everything is a snapshot in a moment of time, and we have the choice to either follow through with what the card advice has, or to realize that, oh, maybe I don't want things to work out that way, so I'm going to try something different. So it really is an empowering way for you to decide, am I going to let this be my reality, or are there some messages and some hope that the dreams that I have are going to actually come true? So since there's no one here live to actually pull cards for, I'm going to do collective reading just on the basic energy of what's out there. So let me get comfortable and let's just start by pulling one card in. And I do have to say too, the reason I started talking about that is because this deck I'm not as comfortable working with. It's not the Rider-Waite. It's similar to the Rider-Waite tarot, but it's the after tarot, so it's moments after the actual card. Now, I'm choosing to actually use these live, which, is a bit scary because it's not a deck that I work that much with, which is the reason I'm doing it. I'm pushing myself to use them a little more often. Like anything, it takes practice. It takes that willingness to go, yeah, I'm just going to play. And if I don't know, if I don't win, so what? Because games aren't always about winning and losing. Games are just to play. Why do we usually play games? To have fun. Or why do we use cards or anything? It's maybe to learn something. So it's the perfect way to learn. So let me pull this card first. This is the first. Oh, I can't believe it. This is fantastic. What's the first card you can think of that should come up as a first card? You got it. The Fool. So here we have the Fool in the after tarot. Sorry, we have some shine. So the Fool in the after tarot, he's taken that first step and he's about to fall. He's holding on. He's gripped on And yet, sorry, it's not focusing. He's gripped on, but he's not too worried about it. He's like, yeah, I fell off the cliff, but I'm just going to keep on walking. You know, he's still smelling his flower. He's letting go of the meager possessions he had on his trip. He's got his dog there to either, you know, encourage him or maybe help pull him back. Who knows? Like, to me, I don't think there's any coming back from that. So he's just going to let go and trust that everything's going to happen the way it's meant to. When you have that attitude, you have that bounce back ability. It inflates your energy so that you can bounce back from something. I think that's really cool. I'm going to leave that out. I'm going to pull another one. I swear they are shuffled, and I just shuffled and this one plopped out and it's the very next card. Welcome to our world. You cannot make this stuff up. So now we have the Magician, and sorry, we have a lot of glare. So this is showing that he's using all of his tools now in the regular tarot. And I'm trying to think. I see it a gazillion times, but for the life of me, I can't remember what he had. But I think most of the tools are just sitting on the table. Well, now he's actually using them. He's putting them to use, because the only way to really to understand how to use things or when to use things is to just start playing and practicing. So these couldn't be they couldn't be any better. So let me again see. I've got to show you, because usually it's out of the camera and I'm not actually shuffling. So we've got to. This will probably take up the rest of the recording here. I've got 6 more cards. Okay, so let's just go through them one at a time. We have the Ace of Pentacles. See, the sun's just coming around and it's very glary, so apologies. Let's see if that helps. Nope, that's okay. So now we have the Ace of Pentacles. Some of them I don't understand. This is why I'm always like, nah, I'm going to wait till I know it inside and out before I actually work with it. But the energy I'm picking up here is just good luck. Now, I think it's supposed to be some kind of beetle. So the hand has dropped the coin on the path for you, and then a beetle lands in his palm. So there's always a way to trust whatever you're doing. And when you make space in your physical world, other gifts can show themselves. Now, I think it's not, but I immediately thought, oh, scarab beetle. Well, in Egyptian mythology, scarab beetle, I think it depicts the afterlife and everything working out. And we have another ace. We have the Ace of Swords. So with this one, the swords been put down, and he has like a peregrine falcon or some kind of falcon. I don't know. Swords are all about thoughts, knowledge, and the energy of air, the element of air. So this is really speaking, this particular card, I'm picking up that you're your own messenger. In your own life, you are the messenger. So what message do you want to convey? You need to be clear so that the message is received in the way you want it to, or you want the meaning of that message to get through to the other person. That's interesting. Then we have the Hierophant. Feels like initiation and teaching, like carrying on whatever it is you're doing, passing along your knowledge, or this is you receiving knowledge. Someone is passing it on to you. It is a collective, it could be either one for you. You know, and I encourage you, if you ever watch these videos or participate in these lives and the message doesn't feel like it's right, even though right or wrong isn't a good way to receive a reading, but just just know that it is a different perspective for you to look at. So it'd be like, no, that doesn't relate. So how can I look at it in a different way? Hi. Hey, good to see you. Oh, you're Aquarius? Nice. So I'm pulling, I've got 3 more cards to go through. If you would like a card pull for yourself, yeah, let me know in the comments and I'll do that quickly because I'm just popping on here. These are all in order, and I guess what happens, because these are the after tarot, is maybe I didn't shuffle them enough. Hi, Katya. Good to see you. Let me know if you want a card, and I will pull one for you. So we have Strength. So this is the after tarot. So again, her and the lion are getting along perfectly because the lion trusts that she has his best interest in mind. He's not worried that she's just off to show off what she can do. You know, look at me, I can open a lion's mouth. It's nothing like that. Okay, cool. Let me know if you have a particular question and I will get to you in a moment. Then we have the Empress, and she's definitely in flow with abundance. And the goose that's on there has a bunch of little goslings, which is perfect because I see them right now. I can look out the window and see the little goslings at this time of year. And then we have the Two of Swords, which is usually about trying to make a decision or not having a choice between two things. So in this one here, you can see 2 guys are sparring. So trying to determine who's going to be the winner, who's going to be the winner of the thought. So that is generally. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to try and shuffle the shit out of these things because they aren't in order. And it doesn't matter. I mean, even if they all come in order, there's a message meant for you. And if I'm clear enough and not worried about, whoa, it's going to come through, the message will come through the way it's meant to. All right. So Tamisha, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Tamisha. It's beautiful. All right, just general or whatever comes out. Okay, so you have 2 cards that came out. We have the 7. Some of them I haven't really seen before. I just kind of flip them out. Hi, Sally. Let me know if you'd like a card pull. Oh, good. That's awesome. Yeah. Great. So let me go back to this one here. So Tamisha, this is for you. You have the 7 of Swords. So traditional 7 of Swords, this guy's just sneaking out of camp with all of the swords except 2. But in the after tarot, it looks like someone set him a trap. So what I pick up here is that maybe it feels like it's been a bit of a struggle lately. It feels like somebody's been trying to deceive you, or maybe the things that you're doing, you might feel like, you might be thinking, what are other people going to think? Right? We all do that, right? You want to do something, and I can't even think of an actual example right now. But then it's like, oh, but what do my friends think? What do my family say? And, all this mind chatter gets in the way. And what I pick up from this, it's just that's just a trap. Don't trap yourself in that way of thinking. All right. There are other ways of doing things. You don't have to try and handle things gently. Sometimes it's better to just honor your own journey and know that you're not maliciously trying to do something to make someone feel upset or question or whatever, but you also need to honor your own energy and your own emotions and your own dreams. That's what I feel, your own dreams. And then you got the Two of Pentacles. So in this one, he's turned the other direction, or we are seeing the back of him. And you can see that there's people who he's entertaining, people who have just, sorry about the sunshine coming through. He's entertaining two people coming to shore on their boat, from their boat. And he now has somebody to show his talents to. So to me, if I'm going along with the same message, Tamisha, that I got from the Seven of Swords, it feels like this is something that is in your material world. Maybe it's a gift, you're good at doing something and you're kind of hold back from showing it to other people. But to me, this is the card to say, now's the time to just put yourself out there as you. You don't have to say, well, I'm going to need this from it. I need to pick up that from it. And I need this. And this is the only way. If it shows up in this particular way and checks all the boxes, it's the only way it's going to work. Sometimes you just have to jump in there and start juggling. So I hope that makes sense for you. It's a little message, a snapshot in the moment of time. So just a heads up about it. Things, something to be aware of. Ultimately, if you come from your heart and you trust that you're being guided, that's the best course of action you can take in anything. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you for being here. Awesome. Thanks, Tamisha. All right, and then we have Katya, and then Sally. So Katya, here we go. All right. Let me know what you think of this after tarot. It's interesting to get used to reading with it. I instantly go into teaching tarot mode. I can't help it. I can't help but do that. Is kind of show you the message, that the why of why I get a message. So we'll see what comes. Let's see. Oop, that one fell into my lap. So we have the Three of Pentacles. So with this Three of Pentacles, the people who were helping him kind of moved on. They were there consulting with them. Three of Pentacles is about community and teamwork and doing something as a collective. So with this one here, he has revealed what the masterpiece is in the background there. And he's seeing that what I'm picking up from it is that he's overseeing the fine details now that the work has been almost completed. And there are no people in this image anymore because they've checked off what they've done and they've moved on. So what I pick up from this is that you always have that community with you. And sometimes you just have to see it from your own artist perspective and trust that the fine details, sometimes there's things that you have to do yourself. I guess that's what I'm trying to say is it's not, if you want something done right, do it yourself. That's not the energy of it. It's more about the specific stage of whatever the collaboration is. Only you can put your tweak on it. That's what I'm picking up. Sometimes it's just not very clear. So let me know what you think of that. And Sally, card for you. Let's see what we got. And it's different if there's a specific question you have or specific energy you're looking at, then it's almost easier to interpret what the card means when it relates to that. So if you are learning tarot for yourself, instead of doing a general reading for yourself, if you do start asking yourself specific questions, and I recommend that you keep track and you keep a little journal, and it can be something as simple as just a dollar store notebook and maybe some colored pens to make it more fun. So Sally, for you, I got the King of Cups. So he is definitely trusting his intuition. He's in flow with his emotions. He's trusting that it's okay to share of himself. Let me take a look at it better here. And it feels like when you can disperse your feelings and your emotions, you're actually able to bring that energy into your surroundings. You're able to affect your space by just trusting what you're feeling. Like he's very solidly sitting there, partially toward the future and partially in the present. So thinking of the future while feeling in the present. Some stillness. It's also what I pick up from here. Is having that stillness so you can let the thoughts and ideas come in. I'm feeling the energy of that. Like that just kind of slowed me right down for a second there. Because that's what it feels like. Maybe the energy has just been really, a lot going on or a lot on your mind, or not even, might be just in the area around you, stuff happening. And it's might have been affecting your energy without you realizing that it was. So just being able to take a breath and trust that no matter what you're picking up on, you'll honor your own energy, is what I feel. Is he emptying his cup? Yeah, but he's not even really emptying it. Oh, I put it back in the deck. But yeah, if that's what you picked up, yeah. I picked up that he's sharing. Like it's not necessarily he's pouring into the water in front of him. Like I said, I popped it back in the deck, but it's not empty. So to me, he's sharing with the energy around him. That's what I see. All right. Well, there you go. Anyone else want a reading very, very quickly? Sharing is good. Yeah. 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 So I don't know. I might have to pull some clarifiers to figure out. I wonder if you can see on my phone. Not really. It's kind of hard on here because, let's see. Yeah. I'm going to pull. You're welcome, Sally. You're welcome. I'm going to pull one more just to finish this off, and we'll see what the collective message. So this could be a clarifier for all three of you that got readings today. We have the Page of Wands. Well, when I look at this, my mouse is moving all over the place. When I look at this, he looks, so I can't move it in because the sun, I want you to see it closer. He doesn't look too happy. He looks like he's walking away, a little disappointed, somebody in the background. That's the thing about this deck is there's not really a proper description. Like it describes the regular tarot, but it doesn't describe why he's doing this in the after tarot. So let me just tune into what I'm picking up. Sometimes we have a lot of enthusiasm for something, and if we don't see the results right away, this is a message. Katya, are you hearing this? It's just a conversation I had with Katya about me. I'm not calling her out. And sometimes we put a lot of energy into something, and if we don't see results right away, we feel like it's a failure. So we walk away and we're not happy with it. So naturally, we've had that experience. We're walking away. So the next time we want to do something similar, what are we going to do? Most likely, we're going to think of this previous experience we had as the foundation of that choice we're going to make to do this thing. And it's like, oh my God, this message is totally for me right now. Because you're not always going to have enthusiasm. Yes, the freshness of, ooh, a new idea. I want to do this new thing. You know, who didn't like getting new back to school supplies for school? And it was like, yeah, fresh everything. And then the minute you start using them, you're like, yeah, I'm good. Or was that just me? Um, so you have to realize that there is an ebb and flow of energy. You can't keep it up high all the time. It's impossible to do that and stay fresh and have all the energy. There's no way you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be like, huh. So if you realize that everything has that flow, it's easier for you to just trust in those flat spots. Okay. Trust in the harvest of things. You know, maybe he's just like, okay, well, I've done my job and it's time to move on. Um, Somebody else is going to take over whatever needs to be done. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but that's the last message I have for you today on this, I guess, super short Tarot Tuesday. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe I should do Tarot Tuesdays for a while just to see how things go. I'm super happy to be here as your tarot guide as well. If you have any questions, you need any support, please let me know. And I'd love to keep your enthusiasm for tarot up and active. All right. Have a super, super night, and we'll see you next time. Peace.